Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about the clay brush. So let's go ahead and open up Blender, hit General, and let's save it as clay. So again, to get started, let's just click on Suzanne, add our multi-resolution, subdivide a few times. I'm going to do 5. And let's flip it on over into sculpt mode. And so now we're in sculpt mode. I'm going to turn on my matte cap and choose anything you want of your choice. And so today we're going to be talking about the clay brush. And I don't really use this that often, but essentially what the clay brush is just going to add clay to your design here. So we can go ahead and click on the clay. And really what it is, it's the draw tool. It's very similar to the draw and the flatten tool at the same time. So let's go ahead and turn our symmetry on. And I want you to just play around with the clay brush. So click and drag, and notice it's very similar to the draw brush, but it's not as tall, or it's not as, it's not popping off the design as high. So so really you can just use this to beef up a certain area of your design. If you want to add, some volume, you can use the clay brush to kind of just think of it just like adding clay. One thing that it does have that's different, if we go into our tools over here, we have the plane offset. So that's what's the one thing that's different from the draw tool, is that you've got your plane offset. So say if you wanted it to come up really high like the draw brush, you could do that. Notice it's way spikier. It looks way more like the draw brush now. Or you can do, bring it on down, and now it's not, it's going to add clay at a much lower level. You can almost barely see it, but it's just barely adding some clay. So, that's really the main differences from this. But I'm just going to go ahead and put that back to 0.5, actually 0. And what I want you to do is just make like a crazy brain for Suzanne here. I'm just going to keep changing the size of my brush. And I want you to just add a crazy looking brain to Suzanne here and make her look insane. And so, just kind of practice playing with that and making a really weird looking brain. So I'm just going to add little bumps here. Get a nice little, the brain's going to have 2 hemispheres, two sides here. So we'll get that going. Oh yeah. So really, you don't have to do a brain if you don't want to, but, just kind of play around with that and, make it look how you want. I'm going to smooth this out. So just hold shift, just kind of smooth that down, and maybe do a little bit more back here. And you're done. So, looky there. Now we've got some weird brain for Suzanne that we've made in just a few moments. So that is the clay brush. Let's go ahead and jump into the next video where we're going to talk about clay strips.